What's up, guys? This is Jeff from DevilDriver. Today we're going to go over End of the Line off The Fury of Our Maker's Hand. I wanted to let you know that the CD version is in drop B tuning, but today in the lesson I'm teaching you is going to be in drop C, and live now for the past several years we've played it in drop C. We just thought it sounded better. So if you're playing to the album version, it's going to be in drop B. If you're playing to this or recent live versions or listening and just want to know, it's in drop C. So we're going to start with the beginning, which is basically a pretty layered intro with a lot of guitars. Live we roll the tape because we can't replicate all the guitar parts with just two guitar players. I'm going to show you today the basic progression of that whole beginning. So it starts on the B and G strings on the 9th and the 7th fret. And the whole feel is an eighth note feel, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and typically this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So basically you're going to play, it's kind of a minor chord, and instead of the traditional down up picking, you're going to do up down picking like this. Whatever reason, that feel just kind of works better for the part, and that's the way it was recorded, and that's pretty much the way it is in general. So we're going to start on the 9th and the 7th fret, and it's kind of, the intro fades in, and this is the main part. It kind of goes, I think it's 16 times. So basically it goes like this. That's normal speed. This is at very slow speed. So that's the first phrase, and then when the descending bass comes in, then you're going to be going back and forth between two positions. The first position is on the 2nd and 4th fret, another kind of minor shape, I think, and basically you're going to be going back between the 2nd fret B string and the 4th fret G string, back and forth between that and the original fade-in part, which is the 9th and 7th fret. So it goes something like this, normal speed. All right, so the third movement is on the 4th string and the 3rd string. It's on the 4th string, 9th fret, the 3rd string, 6th fret, and then goes back and forth between that and the 16th fret on the 4th string and the 14th fret on the 3rd string. So it goes like this. Okay, here is the heavy part, intro song, whatever you want to call it, with the heavy part when we first kick in live, and it's kind of based off the intro. Here we go. Here's that part again, slow speed. So that's the intro, end of the line, the heavy part.
This is Mike from DevilDriver, and Jeff and I play some different parts throughout the song. Most of the time we're playing pretty much the same part, but in the intro, the chords that I do in the very beginning when the song kicks in, this is actually the first thing that I play when we play it live is we're rolling the intro, and it goes from, it starts with just normal power chords, and it goes from 5 so it goes from 5 to 2 to 9 to 7, And it's about halfway through when you're on the 7th one, you start to stop palm muting and open it up a little bit. So it sounds like this. And then the second time we come through is, I'm sure the guys at Opeth will get a kick out of this if they ever see this video, but we refer to these as Opeth chords because Opeth has a tendency to use them. But basically what we're doing is they're 10 chords. It's basically you're adding a third in, but an octave above the root. And it goes basically the first one is, so it's 5, 5, 5, and then 9. And you add that 10th in when you on the second time around, so it sounds like this. This kind of gives it a little bit more color. Once again, so it's 5 to 9, and then the second one is 2 to 5, and then 9 to 12, and then 7 to 11. One more time. It sounds like this. And then that's it for the intro.
The first real thrashy riff in the song, where the drums pick up and everything kind of culminates, you know, from the intro, goes like this. Okay, this is that riff slow speed. Okay, so you play that for several measures, and then there's a slight rendition of it where you change the right hand picking, and you're individually picking each notes, and there's actually a harmony that comes in on the second time of this. So it goes. So that's normal speed, and this is it's slow. So what you really want to focus on when you're doing this is you want to focus on bending that E string down, or the 6th string down, should I say. So it's slow is. And then I'll have Mike show the harmony after this, but basically that's the first intro part to End of the Line.
Mike's back, and I'm going to show you the harmony in, this is part of the intro of End of the Line. While Jeff's playing, he's playing this part. And halfway through, I come in harmonizing it with fourths. So it's really easy to play. You're basically just moving up a string from the 5th to the 4th and playing the exact same thing. It sounds like this. And then it goes into this little tail. And then it goes into the verse. One more time, the tail of this is 3-3-0-0, and then you do tremolo picking, starting basically going like this. But you gotta do it with 8th notes. And that's the end of the intro.
So this is the verse to End of the Line, and I wanted to note first, before I play it, that the way that the intro sets itself up, traditionally in a lot of music, you know, the emphasis on parts is on the downbeat, and the accents and and emphasis on the verse riff is actually, there's a part on the upbeat that kind of gives it its own flavor. So we went over the intro though. So that's the verse riff, but my point in showing you the whole part as a whole is when each note you're going down to descending in the verse riff, each one of those notes descending down and up is all in the upbeat. So it's in 4/4, but those notes fall on the upbeat between 4 and 1. So it's like 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and. So if you're tapping a foot along and you're keeping time with 1, 2, 3, 4, those notes should fall when your foot is not down when it's up. That helps it all. So basically, the verse riff, that was kind of played a little slower. This is normal speed. So that's the first half of it. The second half, there's some 16ths in there with the right hand. Still the same picking. So here is that slow for all you guys who are having a hard time with it. So that basically goes on for a while, and Mike plays a slightly different rendition of it, or version of it. It's actually done with octaves, and I have him show you how to play that right now.
All right. About halfway through the verse, we start harmonizing it, and it's basically the same thing that Jeff does. I just play it an octave higher. So it starts off. And that's basically all you have to do to harmonize that part of the song. It's just basically it's all on the 6th string, and it's 17, 15, and 13. And you gotta pay close attention to how I do that at the end. With the it's kind of a hit and a slide. And that's the harmony for the verse.
Okay, so here I'm going to play the verse riff into the pre-chorus because I think it's easier to play both riffs into each other because the pre-chorus is a little weird even though it's in 4/4 timing. Cut out for the very last downbeat. So it basically just this fret 1 and 2, 3 and 4, some vibrato with the cymbals. It's one guitar with the the pre-chorus on that part. It just so that's the pre-chorus for End of Line, and then the chorus is this. That's it played normal speed. Slow, it's like this. So you're starting with your fifth power chords, all downstroking, heavy palm muting. Second half, you're throwing some 16ths with your right hand. This is it slow. So basically, all the riffs I showed you so far, they repeat, and then the next part where the changes up is the midsection, which is probably the trickiest riff in the whole song. It's very different, but here we go. So. Okay, that's basically the first part of the midsection, played normal speed. Here's it slower. So there's some hammer-ons, some pull-offs, some stuff like that. If you just follow along with the tab, it's a lot easier to learn than it is to explain. So that's the first half of the midsection.
All right, so I'm going to show you the second half of the midsection right now for End of the Line. And it's a lot of the same progressions as the first part. It's just changed up a little bit. And it goes like this. Okay, that's probably a little slower than it's played on the record. To slow things down, so you can understand what I'm doing, you start on the 6th fret and the 6th string. And then there's a little kind of padded note. You can hear that. That's 8 and 10. And then you go down to 3. So it's basically an open note on the 6th string in between all of those, and you want to do a pick harmonic and just bend it as far as you can. That's basically how it's played on the record. First note's not bend all the way, it's just probably about a half step bend. And slow goes like this. And it ends on 8 and 10 again. And the third part changes up a little bit more, but it's all in the same places. So the only thing that's different is the chords that you play. And one more time. And then you just go back into the verse. And that's the whole song for End of the Line. That's all your riffs. Enjoy.